And are we gonna make it sub 2 minute immediately? Oh my god, we are so close to being sub 2 minute already. Hey, do y'all remember this one? Well, it is time for me to turn this into a race car. So yes, it starts off for $21,000, but oh boy howdy, we are going to blow this thing out of the water. So, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to maintain all of this to be exactly the same, but we're going to start doing things like making this incredibly powerful. So it's currently a 2.3 liter, but we can make this a heck of a lot faster. Oh boy, we're getting this thing to rev up to over 10,000 RPM, baby. This is going to be fully sick, bruh. Wait, didn't I turbocharge it last? Well, now it's turbocharged. Hell yeah! This thing wants to be a 7-inch? What the hell? Like, it wants to be even bigger than a 7-inch. That's just stupid. What the hell? Boy. Jesus. So, this engine, so let's gonna say that 100 kilowatts is where an engine really starts to feel alive. And that starts at over 4,000. This thing is going to be a nightmare and low RPM. You really need to keep this thing's revs up. But once it gets there, oh boy, it really likes it a lot. Okay, 370 kilowatts. I mean, it's not a ballistic engine, but it is doing pretty darn well. Now let's listen to what the brand spanking new engine sounds like, baby. I want it to rev higher. Oh, you know what oh yeah, here we go. Let's get rid of these. 412. Now, does it still want to be like ginormously big? Okay, good. There we go. The reason it wanted to be so big is because it was suffocated by these things. Okay, well, good. Now let's give it a listen, shall we? Oh, yes, like half a V10 right there. Is it saying that it can do less speed? Well, we're going to switch over to a dual clutch anyway. It's going to stay as a 7. Something doesn't seem right. Why can't I choose all-wheel drive? I suppose we could try a double wishbone. Oh, that's right. Okay. I couldn't have torsion beam in the rear. So we're not going to put double wishbone in because that's fairly like mediocre halfway measure. We're going to switch this to a full push rod and go with that. Then for the panel material, we are going to switch this up to fiberglass most likely. Car has severe issues with wheel spin. Woo boy! I love it. Let's go all-wheel drive. Though the top speed is still really small. 230, basically 240 kilometers an hour? That's only 150 miles per hour. I mean, that's not a slouch, but still. You'd expect a lot more from 412 kilowatts. Wait, this is already on sports? Well, now it's on semi-slicks. 99.2 sportiness. I love it. What's the weight distribution here? 55 to the front, so we can go 55 or more to the front here. We're actually probably going to go something like a 65 to the front. Keep this thing a little bit stable. And then geared LSD. The interior is going to be stripped out to a 1-seat sport, and then they're going to chuck out the infotainment. The safety is going to be brought down to a basic, but then the quality is going to be upped a bit. The suspension can just stay as it is, like a very basic, mediocre type thing. And then the final piece de resistance. Slam it to the ground. That's not very slammed, if I'm honest. Bugger. What we can do, though, is fit on big, massive wheels. Oh, you know what this needs? It needs to be flared out for a wide body kit. That looks stupid. What? Wow. That flaring is so ugly. What the hell? Okay, let's go back into fitting big fat ass tires on it. 99.6% sportiness. Love it. Our drivability is not great, but who cares? It's got big 22-inch rims on it. We're gonna go kind of overboard with the downforce on this car. Alright, so we do have this to fix up, but we have put on here a front splitter with a few little anchor hooks. We put on this little hook here. And then on the back, we've got a really ridiculous rear diffuser here and a rear aerofoil. And now we're going to see what sort of downforce this creates. That's not as much downforce as what I would have expected straight out of the bat. Oh, that's why the speed wasn't going up. The speed limiter was stuck at the same. Okay. It reckons 284 kilometers an hour. Sportiness we've brought back down, and it is now Still at 99.9% drivability, sportiness. Oh my goodness, by just splaying this out a little bit, it's gone up to 100 now. Oh, I love it. As for our lap time, what is a record we could do with our new race car? 159, damn. So, 3.1 to 100, you know what? That's supercar, and it looks like that. All right, are we on to making it look pretty? I think yes. Alright, now that we are done trying to make this thing look pretty, which is actually incredibly quite hard, and I have had to change a few little things around, but we've got the wide body on here. You know what, we can actually go ahead and delete these door handles, which is a thing that you do in race cars, especially if it's just a rear door. You're like, yeah, it's gonna be fiberglass, it's just gonna be filled in anyway, so nobody cares. What do we think the price is now up to? What was it? $21,000 before? It is now $250,000, but it is a race car, which means that it costs less than that to make, and that's generally how much the race companies themselves will spend on it. So, aerodynamics look good, brakes look, oh dear. Let's change that up a little bit, and that'll probably do. It's not really much different from what it was. So, the slow steering will start to lose it at about 80 kilometers an hour, and then at 80 kilometers an hour, which is about here, we're starting to get good control. So we get like a really good, mostly sideways but controllable four-wheel drift, I'm guessing, at about that sort of speed up till about, what's that, nearly 200 kilometers an hour. Oh boy, this thing is going to be a lot of fun. Hang around to the end, because I am going to be announcing some regular streams and some viewer participation streams where we'll be doing things like endurance racing, which is kind of my favorite sort of racing. And here now, I would like to present to you the Bankrupt Budget R. This is the race version. And away we go. It's already bottoming out, what the hell? Very shiny on the front grille, not something I particularly wanted. We're about to figure out what's scraping on this thing. Did I make the windows more transparent? Well, anyway, I stripped the interior out. That was actually a problem with the last one, but it's also something you would do for a race car. So, I mean, we're kind of sticking with it here. And I kind of like it, though that back tail end does stick out a little too much, but I still also do like it. It makes it look a little bit like a time attack car. But for it to be balanced, I probably should have made the front splitter a lot bigger. So now we're going to give this thing a bit of a try. Broom. Okay, so it is scraping on something. What is scraping? So it's scraping somewhere around there. Oh, that's got to be the rear diffuser. Come on, really? Yep, that's the rear splitter. Rear diffuser, sorry. Damn it. Do I go back and change that, or do I just drive it as it is and then change it for the final version, which you guys can use? Also, I'm not going to bother uploading a lot of cars that aren't really particularly interesting, though they will be up now on an official BeamNG server that anybody can just jump into and try for free. And at some point, I'll be uploading a new map. That's right. I'm making Spa, baby! If I can figure it out how to make maps better than this. Okay, let's give this bad boy a bit of a... Oh, okay, yep, sorry, I switched it over to manual and immediately forgot that I switched it over to manual. Oh dear, okay, so I think, yeah, we figured out what the bottoming out issue was. God, this thing is fast! Holy crab apples! And, like, the turn-in responsiveness is pretty good as well, damn. Also, by the way, I'm using a steering wheel right now, so... Oh, I've got a hair in my mouth. Where was I going? I can't even remember where I was going with that now. The hair really distracted me. I'm using a steering wheel, but in third person. So this is quite distractingly hard. I probably should switch over to first person, but I'll do that when I go to do the lap on the automation test track. I just wanted to race this. Ah, damn it! On another racetrack. So far, this car feels like a lovely little missile. Wait, hold on. Do I need to slow down much? Wow, I don't even need to slow down much. This car is not particularly light, and it's already like handling so well with only like probably 200 to 300 kilos on the front and the same on the rear. Something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but damn, this thing to respond so well to downforce is amazing. And it's also just the preset race default for suspension setup. So, I mean, it's not really tuned masterfully, just really well. Damn it! Well, it has the unfortunate ability to just occasionally go into crazy amounts of understeer. Now, we could just say, hey, Philip, that's not crazy amounts of understeer. You're just really bad at driving. And to you, I say, well, you know what? You don't have to be here. All right, let's give this thing a bit of a first-person try. That's the wrong button. There we go, that's the right button. Let's give this thing a full squirt in first-person mode. I've always loved first-person mode. Back in the day when Gran Turismo, I think it was 2 and 3 were out, I used to race against my friends, and I always used to go into the bumper cam, and they hated it. They were like, why are you going into bumper cam? That thing's like the vomit camera. It's so bad to look at, like, I can't do it, blah, 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 whinge, 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 bitch, bitch, bitch. And I'm like, but it feels so much better. How could you be accurate in third-person mode? So I love the feel of first bonnet cam, first person, whatever you want to call it, because there's also cockpit views, whatever. Just the properly attached to the car, the sort of thing that the driver in themselves would actually see, is how I prefer things to be done. Okay, that time I carried a little too much speed, and then floored on the way out. This thing probably needs about 200 more kilowatts of extra power. But oh boy, I love, like, you think you're driving a normal car, you look to the right, you see that you're revving out to over 10,000 RPM, and then suddenly a smile just creeps along your face, and you're like, hey, that's right. Yeah, I like this. This is good. It is. I don't. What is it about car people? Like, I don't mean Transformers. I mean people that are into cars, not people that turn into cars or that are cars. I identify as a supercar. What is it about us and liking high revving engines? Like, they're not. High revs does not mean better. High revs are just a result of generally race. Sorry, let me start that again. I got a little distracted with just how amazing this car is and how loud it is. You guys, I'm going to turn this down for you, but by God, the scraping is so loud. I got distracted again, and I've totally forgotten what it is. Oh, that's right, yeah. Race restrictions on things like engine size and all that kind of stuff. The way to get around that is a few different ways. One, you can get a rotary engine and then cheat with it that way. I mean, they didn't cheat, but they went against the spirit of the rules. And then the other way to do it is to give your engine really high revs, which is where you can unlock a whole lot more power. Road cars do not do well with high revs. It's not a great thing really to have. It is actually quite not a good thing to have. But yet, for some reason, oh my God, it's so good. It makes you feel giddy. Is that my wheel? That's not meant to be there. Well, which is a little bit of a tweak, but not actually quite finished yet. We have got our car. So as you can see here, it has revealed a little bit more of the under tray, which I couldn't quite get rid of. But we have cleaned it up, and I've got to clean this up a little bit before I make that go live. But I think it's also a little bit more balanced now. Maybe I could have it poke out just a smidgen bit more. But I am quite happy with this. Oh, also the exhaust is kind of in the way. I just kind of wanted this done really quickly. What happened to the tail lights? What the hell? And we're just going to give this one a little bit of a lovely dry. Oh my God, it's so good without the scraping sounds. Oh boy. It does feel a little less grippy this time round. Was that scraping actually doing something for the handling? I might have to do it before and after to see if there's like some sort of like conspiracy theory. Oh, there was a bit of bottoming out. Oh, and the braking is bad. Let's try that again, shall we? Over into manual gearbox mode, and brum brum, away we go. Oh boy, so it has the right amount of traction for accelerating, really, but the big issue here, I would say, is the accelerating out of corners is not quite as much as what you want. Though 412 kilowatts is no slouch. That is, what, 550 maybe horsepower? I'm not sure. Like, I'll show it up on the screen how much horsepower that is, but it's pretty decent number but it just really feels as if it could do with a lot more. Maybe it's torque. Maybe he needs torque to really rip it out of corners, which this thing just doesn't really have a lot of, unfortunately. But still, it's doing pretty well. With a large amount of downforce, it's going to reach a pretty good top speed. There we go. Now we're bottoming out. Oh, dear. I might want to check out what is actually bottoming out at these speeds. It's a bit ridiculous. And then we're going to slow down here for this corner, get it going around, switch down a few times at the wrong time with the gearbox. Probably should have done that a little bit sooner as I was actually in the midst of braking. And then brake on my regular braking point. And how does it compare? Oh, you know what? Actually a little bit better than the average. So that's pretty good, considering that this is not actually a supercar. It's just kind of replicating one as a tracker. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Get turned. There we go. Got the thing finally ever so slightly turned around. Oh boy, that was actually quite difficult. And here we come. Turning. Get onto that apex. It didn't want to get onto the apex. And oh, it almost went a little too wide there. Switch down. Get turned around. And oh boy, that was a pretty big hit. And are we going to make it sub 2 minute immediately? Oh my god. We are so close to being sub 2 minute already. Oh my god. That is so controllable. That is so good. But we can't settle for that. We do need to get a sub 2 minute with this car. Okay, into first gear, and we're gonna go complete try-hard mode. I'm not gonna talk much for this lap, and quiet time. Damn it. Oh, damn it again. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Ah, that was good for like half a second or something like that. Come on. That wasn't that much. It was a little over a sixth of a second, which I gotta be honest, I wanted a little bit more. I wanted it to be faster and stronger, but I suppose that's the outcome that we've got. So the only cars that it's beaten by is the Randall Frankist and the Suzukon. And then it's followed by itself and a whole bunch of the Randall Frank and the Suzukon and the Durable Speed. Oh my god, I did a fast one with the Durable Speedtail? Damn. Oh, that's right. I did a revision of the upside down car. Yeah, still doesn't work. Now that I know a lot about downforce, no, doesn't work. So, this is the other 5-cylinder competitor, which we will actually be pitting these two cars against each other in a battle of the 5-cylinder engines. I'm going to get all my 5 cylinders together. They're all going to be in one race together, and you're going to be in your own separate classes, and we're going to see over an hour with like 5 probably liters of fuel how the results end after an hour. I'm going to be tweaking that. It won't exactly be 5 liters of fuel. So for now, I hope you like this updated car. I am a little disappointed with how how it looks still. I'm really not happy. Really not happy with how the flared wheel arches look. They don't look good. It looks really bad. Even, that's why I also switched to white, so it was a little bit harder to see. And that was not a mistake. So just quickly, the announcement is what I said earlier, that I won't be uploading most cars anymore for you guys to download because it's just a little bit of a hassle. I'm going to keep up a dedicated server, and hopefully by the time that this is out, I'll have it up and running permanently, and it'll be there, it'll be available, and it will be open. You can always pop on there and check out a car, barring things like power outages and stuff like that. It is running on my second computer, so hopefully, with like an absolutely useless computer, hopefully it can handle running a server. And my internet is actually quite good, even though for some reason, when you're downloading from my computer onto your servers, it'll download at a really slow rate. I don't know why. I don't know how to change this. I wish I could. If I also knew how to give you the files prematurely, so then all you'd have to do is like download there and then try to join the server, that would be fantastic. But I don't know how to do that or if that's even possible. The other announcement is every probably Wednesday, barring any sort of issues, which is already just passed, unfortunately, I'll be doing a stream at probably around 11 p.m. my local time. That's what it is in whatever that like standard Greenwich minute. Whatever. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. That's the time there. Derive what that time is for you so you can be here if that's something that you want to watch. It is a little bit earlier than my videos, but yeah, they'll be there. And during them, a lot of the times, I'll probably be calling on you guys to join in. We'll have little bits of races. I do like simulation racing. It is a thing that I rather enjoy, and I want to have you guys here with me to give me the sort of sim racing I want, and you guys can forgive me for being not very good at it. And there's a bunch of rules. There's a link down in the description to a rule set, which I'll be making into a video soon, before the next time that a thing starts. To start off with, we won't be doing viewer-built cars. I want to get used to it first and iron out all of the kinks before we start doing viewer-built race car series thingies, whatever. Anyway, this was a good video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Bye!